Hey, everybody. So here we are for Generative AI in Adobe Express with me, Andrew Kavanagh, and Amybeth Menendez. How you doing,
Hi,
Amybeth?
everybody. Hi, Andrew. How are you?
Okay.
We're
So
on opposite ends.
Generative AI in Adobe Express. It's East Coast, West Coast.
East Coast, West Coast, right? We could have Battle of the Coasts.
So yeah,
What's
so
it, what's
welcome.
the temperature over there in Cali?
It's been, for me, it's cold. It's been like 58 during the day, and then at nighttime it can get down to 48,
Mm.
which is a bit cold. But, so
Today,
yeah.
today it's warm. It's like 41 degrees, but
Oh,
last week it was like 8 and 9 degrees in New York, so it was quite
wow.
cold.
Yeah, 48 is cold enough for me.
Yeah.
I will, before we begin, just want to remind people I am a BenQ ambassador. So BenQ monitors are excellent for accurate and consistent colors. So I wanted to share my screen and show you some things. So the best monitors for graphic design, as they say, always accurate and consistent colors, and streamline your workflow with color accuracy. You also get this display color talk where they have a intuitive color matching without a calibrator. So it's kind of like their own calibration system. There it is, the Palette Master Ultimate, which is pretty nice. And it comes with the AQ color, industry standard. So that's the best monitors for graphic design. As you scroll down, more and more information. And then as you can see, the best design monitors are now the PD3225U, the PD2725U, and the PD2706U. 32, 27, and 27 inch, all 4K UHD monitors. Beautiful. And then also the best monitor for Mac and MacBook Pro. There is the SW321C, SW272U, and the SW272Q, SW242Q. And as you can see, there's 4K and 2K monitors. Quite good. So, and I will be sharing these links to my YouTube with the recording after. And then this one is coming out in March, is the PD2730S 27-inch 5K BenQ designer monitor. Beautiful. So
Really beautiful.
yeah.
And I can give you a testimonial because I also have the BenQ PD2706U monitor, and I do color correction all the time. So I
Awesome.
can confirm that it is definitely worth the investment. The monitor is far by exceptional for color correction and color viewing.
Yeah, great for graphic designers, photographers, retouchers.
Yep.
BenQ monitors, best for accurate and consistent colors. And so lots to go over today. So let's see, someone has come in. Lavon is here from
I
New
love
York.
fun.
Good to see you here. All right, so I'm going to jump into my Adobe Express, and I wanted to show a
Okay.
couple features and then let you do your magic. So let's move this over here and go to this view. Okay, great. So you can see my Adobe Express, correct?
Yep. All good.
So yeah, so you can get to Express, as you can see up here, at either new.express.adobe.com or just express.adobe.com. And so I'm at the homepage, and you'll see right from the get-go that they are suggesting a series of different templates to get you going. But you also, and as you can see, there's all templates, but there's also finance, hospitality, professional services, real estate, etc. And you can also click view all for the different themes. And then, but right up top for kind of quick options, you have start from your content, and then there is generate with AI. And then there's the explore quick actions and browse templates. So I'm just going to, let's see, I wanted to show just one quick feature that I just thought was very helpful. And then one other little quick creative aspect before switching over to Amybeth. So if I just click on save flyer, and let's see, bio for what kind of text they want. Well, so yeah, so if I choose flyer and then I put in a theme here, you get different themes related to that on here that has whole creative aspects, all the different kind of elements that go with it. If I go back over to text, then you can, if I search text, I say bio, then you get just text that's related to like someone's bio or something. So if I click this one, Ron Pearl, marketing exec, I don't really need all these aspects. So I'm going to delete some of these kind of bigger areas, and I can just select and hit the delete key itself. But when I go to this area of text, you'll see right from the get-go, it has this new rewrite functionality. So that's a generative AI capability, which is similar to the one that's on Apple. So Apple has, in the latest Apple Intelligence, has added a bunch of writing features and rewrite features. So in this case, I don't want someone else's bio, so I'm just going to paste my own. So Andrew Kavanagh is a digital artist, blah, 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 blah. Now, if I select it all and I hit rewrite, the nice thing about it is you can rephrase, shorten, lengthen it, or you can make it sound more inspirational, professional, personal, comical, casual, or academic. So maybe I'll try just curious, hit professional, and then I hit generate. And then it gives you a preview. And then just like when you were generating an Adobe Firefly with an image, it gives you 3 of them. So it says results 1 of 3. So Andrew Kavanagh works as a digital artist, offering blah, 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 blah. So it keeps a lot of the same credentials, but it kind of puts it into a different kind of professional language, which is nice. Furthermore, he regularly hosts live video events. So it's kind of nice just to see how, another way of wording it. And then I can hit 2 and I can see another kind of variation. So it kind of just swaps things around. And then if I go back up, there's number 3. So it's pretty cool. Just a nice way to rewrite things. And like I said, if you also click the rewrite, you can shorten it, lengthen it, and then you can kind of just play around with the different things. You just hit the generate button. Okay, so if I get rid of this, hit the delete key. So I have a new empty page, and I'm just going to go to, let's see, media. So I just go over to the left, I click on media. I already have this kind of flyer page. And then real quick, before I just do something fun, you'll notice on the right side, there's this whole area for print and delivery or deliver. And so right here inside Adobe Express, after you've created your design, you can set it up to have it printed. That's pretty cool, do you think? So let's see. So I'm now going to just grab a prompt and then go back to with media on the left. You'll see that you can upload an image from device or generate image. So if I just say generate image, I'll just say square. I kind of wish it would adhere to what I have here, but I'll say square. And then it says describe what you'd like to see. So I'm just going to paste my prompt in. I choose art as the style and then hit generate. And then there's the one. So to make it bigger, just holding the option key, grab a corner point, bring it up. So this was like a woman made out of porcelain, kind of like that. And then they give you 4 variations, as you can see on the left side. So that I just can click on any of them. That's pretty cool. I like the spirals on the cheek, on the right cheek. And this one. Pretty cool. That one I kind of like the slight yellowish color and that. And then of course, I can go back, click text, and then add text to it. But I just wanted to show you that you can generate an image directly in Adobe Express. And I wanted to showcase that rewrite feature. So let me bring this back over for Amy.
Which is powered by Adobe Firefly, correct?
That's right.
That's right. So no need to, if you're already in Express, they make it simple for you. You don't have to jump out of Express. There's so many built-in Firefly features inside of Adobe Express.
And Amybeth is magical. She's presenting, and at the same time, she's commenting. So she's cloned herself.
Yeah. Well, like I like to participate on all different levels.
Cool.
So, okay. My other Chrome browser is stuck.
So I'm going to share your screen now.
Yeah. Stuck over here.
There we go.
Okay. So hi, everybody. So I really enjoy Adobe Express, and I love sharing it with a lot of the students that I mentor and using it for my own personal use. Sometimes I use it in the browser, and I'm also a fan of the Adobe Express mobile app. I mean, desktop app. So if you aren't aware, there is a getting a mirrored window there. There is a desktop app that works the same way as the browser. And again, like Andrew said, there's multiple, there's just so many different things that you can do in here. Some of my favorite things that I like to do inside of Adobe Express. And if I'm ever stuck on an idea, if you go to the Explore Actions page, right? Explore Quick Actions, it'll show you all the really cool things that Adobe Express can do. If you're trying to remove a background, generate a QR code, logo makers, convert your video to a GIF. It actually also has an auto trace, just like Illustrator, so you can upload a PNG or a JPEG. It needs to be a good quality, and you can download it as a SVG, which is a scalable vector graphic, like an Illustrator file. So the same way that you would auto trace inside of Illustrator, Adobe Express also has these capabilities. I believe Andrew has showed us before how to animate characters. That's always really cool. And there's just so many different features. I love to, and then it's all organized by social media, video into different sections. One of my favorite things when I'm going to make a post, sometimes I will upload a video, and it's really good at captioning videos. So the other day, Laura Coyle, who's an Adobe expert, came to visit me at my job at Macmillan Publishers, and we played around. They have a green room, which is where the authors go behind a secret wall. And so we made a little video just to post of her visit. And so one nice thing about when you're uploading things, you can let the process run, and you can upload and you could start another project. But Andrew, one thing that I noticed before, on a regular video, when you upload a video to Adobe Express, the same way. So here's my video, and it processed it, and I'll play it. But so you get like,
can't really hear the sound, but it's nice you can see that.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't hear the sound of the video.
Oh, really? Huh. I don't know.
You can see the translation doing a good job. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I don't know why you can't hear it, but you could choose the different types of, it obviously doesn't, it's putting the subtitles by my voice. So it's not perfect the same way like in Adobe Premiere Pro, but there's all different styles of captions that you could generate here. And then you could also open it in the editor and create, all different effects from your videos, add things on top of it. So that's one way that I really like to, easily create like a reel for social media or something. But I don't know why you can't hear my computer audio, but
yeah, it's sometimes that way with streaming.
Yeah, but maybe that's good. But let me go to one of my favorite one of my favorite things that Adobe Express can do. But so captioning a video it's super simple, and you could actually do it from the Adobe Express mobile app as well. So if you have the Adobe Express app on your phone and you could take an iPhone video or an Android video, you could also do that. So let me go back to my home. And then, of course, you could always see the projects that you work on when you go to your stuff, the different videos, the different composites that you've made, different things that you've worked on. If you save something to your library, to your Creative Cloud library, you could also access it in Adobe Express. But I learned a really cool trick from Rob DeWinter when I was at Adobe Max, and I use this all the time for my social media posts. So, did you know that you could start from your own content? And from your own content, I mean that you can upload even a PSD file to Adobe Express, and it will upload it as layers. So, I'm going to open up a social media campaign that I started, that I was going to start for a bulldog rescue that I volunteer for. And so when you upload a file from your own device, it'll ask you, do you want to place the whole PSD as a linked image, or do you want to convert it to an Adobe Express layered file? So I'm going to choose to convert my file. And it's a pretty basic file. It just has the rescue logo. It has a placeholder, and it's an Adopt Me start page file. So when I bring this into Adobe Express, I could see that everything is layered. I could even edit the text. I could change the fill and the outline to get some really cool different effects that maybe I didn't do when I was in Photoshop, that I'm thinking like, oh, maybe later on I want to edit it. And so this doesn't change my my native file at all. Double clicking too fast. Just going to change my fill to clear. So then I got like a little bit of effect. But what if I needed to make, what if I wanted to make, 7 ads for 7 days to showcase like 7 different adoptable dogs? Well, Adobe Express has this really cool feature, and it's in add-ons. So in your Adobe Express left-hand side, there's a little button and it says Explore Add-ons. And Adobe Express has a lot of really cool add-ons. So I'm going to click add-ons, and you could discover add-ons, and this is where you view all the different add-ons, and then you can add them. So I'm going to view my different add-ons, and I'm going to choose bulk create. And what that does, it's going to say create a design in bulk, right? So to begin with, I have to have an image that's my foreground image, and I have to have a background image. And then I can place it sort of like variable data. So if anybody knows about printing, it gives you the ability to, it's like a mailing list, like when you get an envelope that says, hi, Amy, we thought you'd like these coupons today. Something similar to that. But you can do it right here in Adobe Express with none of that, and it's far easier than variable data in something like InDesign. So here's my base Photoshop layer. I'm going to say get started. And so I'm going to click on my foreground image. Whoops. Right here. This should be my foreground image here because this image has my hierarchy. And then I'm going to say select my background image, which is my background image in my Photoshop file, which is just a blank background image. I'm going to select that so I can see up here in the left-hand corner that it does have my bottom layer selected, because that's what I want to be variable. And I'm just going to go to text, and I'm going to add my own text as a placeholder, and I'm going to call it name and age of each dog that I want to adopt. So I'm just going to write name, age. I'm going to put this in the center. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a shape behind it so that you can see it when I Um, and I'm just going to change that shape to white so that you could see it when my background images come behind. And I just threw this together, so I'm not saying that this is how I would design, but so then what you do is you take the text that you want to be the variable data, and so I could even just call this placeholder, put that in the middle. And then here, this is what I'm going to label the row, the name of, it's going to download like an Excel chart. So I'm going to call this name age, and then I click link, right? And you see how the little brackets go. It doesn't even matter that I spelled that wrong. Name ager. It's fine. We know what I mean, right? Name and age.
Yeah.
Then you can just download, you could delete that and then fix it. And then there we go. And oops, I'm so sorry. Name, I call this placeholder. I go here, and this is what I want, the name, age, there. And now I have the brackets around it. And then very simply, so I have a foreground image that I wanted to replace, and I have a background image that I wanted to replace. And all I need to do is download my CSV template, and I'm going to open this up in Excel. And oops, oh. I have this as the same name. There we go. Okay, and you could see when I download the blank template, I already have the names pasted in there. I have the page name, which I don't need to worry about. I have the background image. I could actually use a prompt for the background image. So what I have done in my folder with the files on my desktop is I've already named my backgrounds, background 1 through 7, and I've named the pets that I want to change, the pictures of the dogs, just 1 through 7. So I have that in here. So I'm just going to copy it to my latest and greatest background image, 1 through 7. This is the foreground image that I wanted to variable. And then I also wanted to say, hey, this is the dog's name, and this is how old they are. So if you're looking for a young dog, please contact us. Okay, so there we go. So now I have my file. I'm just going to save this right here. And that's the 4. I'm going to delete that one. I'm going to go back to, all right, so now very simple, right? I had my pictures already created, and I used to create all the different.
So real quick though, I might have learned something that I haven't done for a while. Also, when you're just creating that, text file, I noticed you grabbed like the icon at the top and you just dragged it to your desktop. That's like a quick way of saving it to a specific area.
Oh, yeah. So you could do that with InDesign files, with Photoshop files.
I don't think I usually just save, then I got to
No,
navigate
so,
to where, and
look at that. See, bam.
got to get myself into the modern world here.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's how I drop things like into rips or like into hot folders when I'm at
I always
work.
get paranoid. It's not saving the latest version or something.
No, it does. Because the file is saved, and then you can just drag it.
Cool.
Yeah, right. It's very cool. All right, so now I have the latest Excel document. So I've already downloaded it. I've got everything tagged. I'm going to go to
John Williams is here. He says, "Get with the times, man."
Right, John? Come on. You should know. No, it's okay. I always learn something new from somebody. So now I'm going to upload my CSV file, right? And the same thing, like if I had the CSV file somewhere else, I could just drag it into this folder and drop it. But I already have it there, so I'm just going to say replace.
You're going to have to become the drag and drop man.
Yeah, I'm a drag and drop queen. And so then I'm going to upload that file. And then look, it says it found my variation file 4 template. And now look how cool this is. So I'm going to go and select my foreground picture, which are going to be all the doggies, right? So I'm just going to drag them all select them all at the same time. And these are JPEGs. So JPEGs are flattened images. They will not be transparent. But at the same time that I upload these, so it takes all the time of like removing the backgrounds, I can just select remove the backgrounds, and Adobe Express is going to do it for me. Then I'm going to go to my background folder, and I've just got some pretty floral backgrounds. If I was thinking ahead, I would have gave the dogs all flower names, but very simple. That's all you do. I have my background image, my foreground image. Now, fingers crossed, I'm going to say create my pages.
Wow,
It
cool.
is actually going to remove all those backgrounds.
Nice.
Yeah. And so very easily, and then you could actually use the Adobe Express calendar and schedule your posts for the next 7 days. Yeah.
Yeah, boom. Then it knocks out the background.
Yeah, it automatically it's basically like does all the automation for you. And I love me some automation. So there I go. I've got my starting file, right? And then, all the different dogs with the backgrounds knocked out. It says, the different ages that they are. So I have that saved. And then one of my last favorite things with that, though, right? If I go to my file, and then so I just made my 7 pages, right? I believe I have that extra page in there, but just one last little snippet, and then I'll throw it back over to Andrew. So, what if the demographics that I have for like my ads, and I would get rid of this one page. I'll do that afterwards. Don't only speak English. Well, I could just hit translate. I could deselect page 1, and then I could say translate to Spanish. There we go. A tone of voice. That's
Wow, that's new, right?
yeah. I saw that earlier. Do you know that it can create AI will create captions and
So if you
hashtags.
click on that for select tone, does
I
it
don't
say
know
like
what that's going to do.
formal, informal? Yeah, exactly. Maybe
Yeah.
informal. I don't know.
I don't know what, yeah, because it's just translating. But then I can translate it, and you could do 10 languages at a time, and it's going to give you all different ads. And it even translates you can see in the background where it says adopt me, it actually has these in Spanish too.
Right, so you have
So
the whole set,
adopt
the
me,
original first.
adoptoy por favor. So, and yeah.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool, pretty
It
slick.
took like what, 10 seconds?
Yeah, to make all those pages, right? To bulk create. And then, I got all those pages in, and then they're also labeled, in different languages. So super easy, super,
Nice.
great way to bulk create your ads,
Very cool.
your social media marketing.
Very nice. Well done. Very well done. So for me, yeah, Levon says very cool. And then for me, let me share my screen. So yeah, I'm back to Express. So I'm not as professional as Amybeth. She works on all these, heavy duty print series. So I'm going to have more fun now. So
Okay. I'm going to have fun with you too, Andrew.
right. No, that was pretty cool though, I have to admit. So that's good. Okay. So here we are with once again, I told you at the top, as those quick ways of creating an Adobe Express. So if I just click on the generate with AI, it didn't really get to show you. Once you click on it, you have generate image, remove objects, insert objects, generate template, generate text effects. So all I'd have to do is just click on, say, generate image. Boom, it takes me right into a page. Top left is the area where I put in the prompt. So I copied and just pasted one that's about a surrealist portrait. You can choose reference images. So you can choose style or composition. You would click and then just go out and choose an image that's appropriate for that. In my case, I'm just going to do it direct. And then content type, you can choose auto or photo, graphic, or art. I'm going to just choose art. And then they have all these different styles. So you can go popular movements, themes. As you click, you get different kind of like, art themes. You go to effects, you got different kind of effects. Pretty cool. So nice range of all different kinds of styles you can choose. But I'm just curious to see what comes up with just choosing content type of art. So just hit the bluish purple generate button bottom left. And it's doing the little update circle. Cool.
Ooh, pretty.
And then you get an image. And then, of course, on the left, you have a sequence of 4. So if I click on that, that's the second one. I kind of like that kind of bluish face too. It's kind of surreal. That's nice. I think that's the most successful one though, right? It looks pretty nice. They're all pretty nice, but so this one. And then let me see. Oh yeah, I wanted to focus on the also text effects. So when I have an image like this, I can just say rainforest woman. So yeah, top left is where you change the name of your document. So instead of it like being untitled, et cetera, you can give it an exact name. And then with this image, I can go back to here. And then for text, where is it to get to the text to medium? So there's add your text, and then there's generate text effects at the bottom left once you click on the text icon. So if I say generate text effects, first I can kind of look at those. And I think once you do that, you can also change it. So I can just type in, say, rainforest. And then I think it's blueberries. It's defaulting to. And then holding the Option key, I click, and then
Blueberries grow in the rainforest.
that's right.
Yeah.
But I mean, once I get it in there, I'm just gonna
You could change
switch it
the.
out to make it one line.
How pretty though.
Maybe put it at the top, and then holding the Option key on a corner point as I drag, I can make it larger. And then as you move it, where's that little guide? Yeah, you get the little guide that pops up showing you when it's, which is weird because it's making it look like this is centered, but it obviously is not. So you might have to use your eye on that case. Oh, I guess if the text was perfectly spaced, there's a little extra space on the right. So that's why it's confused with the alignment. Okay, but I have it there. And then if I go back over, I wanted to get to the stylization. Do you know how you get to the stylization? It's like it had it before, and then it kind of disappeared as I tweaked it a little bit. But
on your text,
yeah, like I want to get rid of the blueberries and
hit the text thing. If you go to if you hit the T for text, I believe it'll take you back.
Oh, it does take me back to generate text effects. That's right.
Right.
So yeah, when in doubt, always go back to what the procedure you want to do is on the left. So if you want to work on templates, go to templates. Media, if you want to upload and text of any sort, you go back to text. So when I do it this time, I have all these. The only thing is there. Okay, so once I click, then it will tell you. I want to get to this though. I don't want to create a new text. I want to create it with the text I have.
Generate text effects. You just had it. Go back.
Okay.
Go down. Back one more.
Generate text effects.
Go back. No, if you click on your text.
Okay, click on my text.
And then above where it says shadow, down, 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 down.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so now that's it. So let me just clarify that. So once I select the text box for it, as Amybeth pointed out, if you look at the bottom under text, here's all your formatting. But then if you look, you see it's in blue to show you that it's, effect is applied. Once I click on that, then I can say, tell us what you want it to look like. And instead of blueberries, I can say tropical rainforest, and then hit generate, and then hopefully the word rainforest will be filled with, yeah, a tropical rainforest. There we go. Better than blueberries. I wish it had a little bit more color to it. It's very green. I wish it had a little bit more yellows, maybe some oranges, but still pretty nice. I like the texture. So yeah, so that's creating your image with generative AI right in Adobe Express, and then adding the generate text effects right in Express. And then of course, if I click on this, I have more options over here, so I can change also the font size by just clicking the decrease or increase font size, and then I can change like the opacity of it, and then down here I can add a drop shadow. So if I click there, usually just click drop shadow, and then it gives you their generalized one, and then I always click. I like to click custom. I know it has these kind of presets, but once I do custom, I have more control. And I usually like for angle 125. That was kind of what I learned to be like the good kind of offset drop shadow. And then, so yeah, angle of 125. Do I want more blur or less blur? So less blur would be sharper, dark drop shadow, a little bit. And then distance, I'm going to decrease so it's not so kind of fighting with the original text. Yeah, so there's a little bit of an offset, but it's more readable now. Cool. And then once I click here, just so you know, you might be like, whoa, where'd it go? You just go back to your stuff, and there it is at the top. So you can see all the different things that you might be working on. So very good. And then let me jump back. That was fun, right?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
got a little lost with the generated text, but help me out find that. So that's the main thing with Express, though, is it's always good to just kind of keep exploring. Okay, so we got Ian's here. I love this. You both are amazing. Good to see you here. John says, here's how cool hipsters like me spend their Friday nights packing leftovers in Tupperwares, doing laundry, and watching two real hipsters do cool stuff on YouTube. Cool. Okay, so let me share your screen and let you take it away, Amybeth.
So, hi. So, what I was going to do is I was going to generate an image and then try and do some in painting inside my image, right? Because not only can you create a image, so let me copy and paste my mystical underwater jellyfish surreal and see what Express comes up with. And then I was gonna, ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, nice.
I like jellyfish. I think they look really cool. And then, and what I also like here is you also have an opportunity to resize, for an Instagram square post, or if I was going to make a Facebook post, I could say, click on here and say resize,
Right.
and it'll automatically resize my screen. Um, and you could also resize your image by generating missing parts. So if I was to make this an Instagram story, which was a different size, and then also check expand my image, which
Right.
is similar to what they have in Photoshop for the generative expand, and in InDesign too. Let's see how well it does with that. So it is going to fill in so now I don't always have to stretch my image, but I can allow, oh, so
That's cool.
that did a pretty cool job. I think I like that one. I can probably add, I could say that's a keeper,
It's
right?
nice. It gives you a variation of 3 as well.
Yeah, I like that as well too, just like in Photoshop. And then maybe I want to insert a scuba diver, right? So describe briefly what I am scuba. diver, and then insert, and then it says brush to insert my scuba diver. Let's see how well it does this. Curious to see how well it's going to do this. Oh,
Yeah, that's cool. The way it's under
yeah, it
the
actually had the little, see here, the little hand thing I made was the fin. And yeah,
like it's behind the jelly.
I like it's behind the jellyfish too. I think I'll keep that one. So I'm going to close that. And then again, I could go in and add some, I could add different effects. And one thing that I also like to do with my pictures, so maybe I want to go in and let's see. I go to media, let's add a shark. Ooh.
There you go. That's a good one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Jaws looking shark. So I'm just whoops. What did I do there?
I thought they would have already had the background knocked out on it, right?
Yeah, well, it looked like it was gonna be transparent, but the beautiful thing about Adobe Express is I could just click on it, right?
There it is.
And then yeah, and then I could rotate it by this little handle up here. You know, maybe I want to make him, you know, going after my.
You've seen too many movies.
I'm not going to sleep well tonight. And then I also like, you know, sometimes, well, not blend, but screen. No. Okay. Sometimes, whoops, you can play with, you know, if you're trying to, what happened to my shark? Remove background. Sometimes when you're trying to get different effects, you could play with, you know, the blending mode. But this one, I'm just going to maybe just turn my opacity a little bit. You could also put different effects on your shark, maybe make the shark look like he's a little bit more underwater. You know, you could colorize.
Creative.
Yeah, you can get creative. And then we could add some, we could also add video to it. We could say, stay out of the water. Or what do we want to call this one? Definitely not the East Coast. You know, we get sharks here on the East Coast now too.
So what? Some.
We'll just call it swimmer, like if it's a new movie.
That's right.
Or something like that, and then maybe we'll go and, you know, Adobe now lets you upload. If you have the premium version, you could actually upload your own licensed fonts to the computer.
Cool.
Yeah, so you don't, but let's go to generate text effects, right? And maybe we want to give it a nice bold font.
Do you want to put fish in the swimmer?
What's that? Oh, yeah, we should.
To tell us what you want it to look like. Put like a school of fish or fish.
School of fish. Let's see what it says. That's why I love bouncing off you, Andrew.
Yeah, right. Bouncing.
You're so creative. Your prompts are the best.
School of fish.
There we go. Let's see. Do we want it realistic, embellished?
Right. So different styles. Nice.
Yeah. So maybe.
I think realistic might be good.
Yeah.
A lot of fish.
That's a lot of fish. And then, of course, you know, you can't really see the fish.
Yeah, it's hard, but
yeah, but they're there. But it is
nice texture too, though.
Yeah. Well, let's just try fish. Let's see what it does. Oh, how about fish scales?
Yeah, right. Something.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It gives you a preview at the bottom left. Yeah,
that's kind of cool. Or water. There we go. Coming to a theater near you, you know. this
There we
summer
go. That's
will be
nice.
Swimmer. Stay out of the water.
I love that Jaws movie when I was young. That was a great one.
Yeah, me too. And then, of course, you just give it a name and you just save it, and you could always go back to your stuff. Whoops, Swimmer. I was telling Andrew before we came online, one of my I love how versatile Express is and how it works with all of your different applications. And you could actually, there's a feature. I know we're just focusing on Adobe Express now, but there's a feature, a little thing inside of Acrobat Pro now where it says edit your PDF. And what it does when you edit your PDF is it opens it up right inside of Adobe Express.
Nice.
So yeah, it's so cool. So you could have something on your desktop, even if you don't have an editable document, you can just have those files, go back and forth from with you, just right here, stylize this PDF, and it will open it up right in Adobe Express. So it's
That's
opening
great.
it up in Adobe Express in Safari, but just another super flexible way that Adobe Express is helping your workflow, all tied together. So many things that
Nice.
this little bucket of tools offers, professional things that it offers,
Cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Hi, Ian.
Yeah. Says we both are amazing.
Oh,
Always supportive, Ian. Thank you.
we know we love Ian.
So let me go over some generative fill type of elements just to review.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so these are old projects, and then another thing too, while I'm here, just is you can create folders. So so I can have a whole series of like self promos for my tutoring, photo editing, digital art, and then so I can keep them a good variety, and you can go back to any of them. So like I think I click on say one of them. Yeah. So here's one of them. And then in the same document, you can have, multiple pages. And then you can go and when you say download, you can say selected page and download as a PNG or JPEG for any given page. And then,
Ooh.
of course, different sizes. So this one's slightly resized from that one. But if I go back here, so once again, if I go to the generate with AI, I can say remove objects, and then they're asking where do you want to. So yeah, so I like this image. I tend to use it in Photoshop presentations, but here we are in Express. So if I wanted to say I wanted to remove, I don't know if I want to remove the whole thing. I'm trying to hit the bracket key. The bracket keys don't work the way they do in Photoshop left and right, but you do have your brush size here on the left. So I get a larger one. So bring that over to get a big one. I don't know, maybe I'll have some fun with. So first it's set to remove. So if I wanted to remove, maybe I could just remove. I'm curious, will it remove those elements or will it remove it altogether? So when I hit remove, does it make it white there, or does it kind of show the background or something?
The remove tool in Photoshop is one of my favorite tools.
Did a good job. So yeah, it removes.
It works the same way.
Right. So it removes elements, and then you could say keep.
Yeah. Love it.
And then there's elements, backgrounds. And then I wanted to be able to close that. And then, so once I close that at the bottom left, I'm then back to image options. So, once again, you can do the remove background. So I did the remove object. So now if I want to do an insert object, I can do something fun, like maybe give her a different hat or something. So if I select this, I could say, what kind of hat? It might look weird, but I might just see what happens if I say top hat. So top hat, and I just hit insert, bottom left. Reads it. Kind of a weird mix, kind of an astronaut suit with a top hat, but I like surrealism. It's a surreal world. So there's a red one. Oh, this is cool. So they give a good variety. So you have a red top hat, you have a black top hat, and then another black top hat. That's pretty cool. And then I could say keep. And then if I close that again, I'm back here. I do think I want to insert object. So I could also, paint here, here.
This way, when she lands on the moon, Andrew, she could walk the red carpet, right?
That's right.
Right, because she already
top
has
hat on top.
formal wear, right?
So what kind of birds should I put in the top left and right? What do we want to see there?
Something prehistoric.
That's right.
Something you can't spell, or me. Sorry, prehistoric bird.
I don't even know what will happen.
You want to see antennas?
Prehistoric birds. That'll be interesting to see.
I'm curious.
Yeah, but it's good to have fun, you know?
Right, yeah.
They're a bit small, but kind of fun. So it's hit or miss, you know, so they're small, but kind of cool. And then this one, for some reason, didn't do anything. And then this one created like bigger ones with green wings.
Those look prehistoric.
I like them even though they're small, but
yeah, I do too.
It's pretty cool. And then once again, if I hit close, so just to show you while I'm here, if I were to click remove background, it would knock out the yellow background.
Oh, and the birdies.
Yeah, that's the bad thing though. So I can do Command Z and bring that back. And then if I hit erase, I can, I'm just curious if I hit erase though, that won't just, will that get rid of the belt and rebuild it? So I'm going to make a larger brush and I'm just going to paint over. Okay, so it treats like an object selection and gets rid of the whole object. So I do a Command Z on that. I don't really want to do that for that, but it just shows you that option. So yeah, so we showed you quickly remove background, remove object, insert object, and then erase. So that's pretty fun. So jump back into the room.
Well, we're drawing near the end, but I just want to remind everybody that when you are creating your flyers now, and Andrew was talking a little bit about the different ways to download and your different options. New to Adobe Express is also, so they've always had a PDF, which although Adobe does download.
Do you want me to share your screen?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let me just show something really quick.
Cool. Yep.
I just wanted to show people that Adobe Express has also added the ability to create 48 by 48 inch documents now. So it used to be able, so now you can create posters that are 4 feet wide by 4 feet wide. But now you can also, even though they're still RGB, which you can convert them in another, application. There are 2 different PDF versions for downloading. So PDF standard is best for just viewing and documents. But when you click on PDF best for printing, you also have the ability to add bleed to your document and crop marks. So a little bit more professional. Adobe Express is stepping it up so that you can repurpose your designs for all sorts of, all sorts of brochures and posters and,
John says, ooh, that is handy.
Yes, bleed and crops now, John.
Oh, and I just thought of another feature. I like.
Okay.
Can I show real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. We're almost done.
Yeah, and then I'll share
Yeah,
our
sure.
links.
I didn't realize. Yeah.
So go back to here. Just go back to top left. Click on the logo and back here. So one thing I wanted to also show you, you have the so it tells you more ways to start. You have Instagram, Square, Post, Flyer, etc., etc. You also have quick actions. So like as Amybeth showed before, you can jump into these different options. And I suggested that they also have this at the top because I think it's pretty helpful. But they don't have it at the top yet. But if you look at the bottom left under all the different options, second from bottom is
Mm,
learn. So once
super
you hit
important.
learn, you have all of these different videos. So, and you can even go to like expert advice, so kind of more advanced. You can go to design. And then if you want to be very specific, you can go for social media. And then, but like get started is a nice way. So if you're excited about jumping into Adobe Express, but you're pretty new to it, if you go to the Get Started tab, then it has a nice way to get up to speed with all these different options in Adobe Express. But like I said, if you also are a little bit more used to Adobe Express, you can click on specifics, social media, video. And so there's some good tips and tricks for video. And then, of course, photography, removing. Um, and then, yeah, while I'm here, when I think of this, knowing what they might go over, like with editing a photo, I did want to show that if you did have your own image, so if I go to one of the images I worked on, so I go to this image, you'll notice that on the left, there's effects, adjustments, animation. If I click on adjustments, you get this whole spectrum similar to, like a basic version of the sliders you could get in like Adobe Camera Raw or Lightroom. And so you can bump the contrast. So if I bump the contrast, it gets a little bit darker. And then brightness, you can brighten it up a little bit. You can make the highlights a little bit darker to balance that out. You can darken or lighten your shadows. And then, of course, you can, under color, if you look at the lips, especially, here's kind of like, where is it? Bring it back to 0. Here's like normal. And then if you go to the right, you can give a real bump to those blues. You can see it around the eyes and in the lips, especially. And you can choose if you want to give it a cooler look or a warmer look. Pretty nice, right? The simple slider. And then with you can sharpen it. And so sharpening, it gets even sharper around the detailed areas, or you can blur it. I don't know if you ever want to do it this far. You do have the option of taking it all the way to 100. So you can blur. Maybe you could select certain areas and blur, but it's good for the sharpen. I like the saturation capability, but a lot of quick adjustments, right, with simple sliders. So I go back and yeah, Adobe Express, great all-in-one app. And so so thanks everyone for being here first. And that was a little tour of the nice generative AI and Adobe Express features. And now I wanted to showcase some of the links for both of us. So first is, so for Amybeth, this is your website, correct? Learn Adobe 123. Yep.
Yep.
So find some good information about Amybeth there. And then on LinkedIn, linkedin.com, Amybeth.
Please connect with me. Yeah.
Right. And then for the recording, this will be on my YouTube, and I'll post that to the groups as well. So subscribe for more Photoshop and Lightroom or Adobe Express and AI art, digital art, focused live streams and tutorials. YouTube.com/DrewCav. That's YouTube.com/DrewCav. Or you could go to YouTube and just search for Drew Cav on YouTube. Different ways of getting the same thing. And then one thing I've been jumping into more, it's similar to Twitter, but it's building up, and supposedly there's going to be a Instagram version of it, but Blue Sky. If you're on Blue Sky, you can find me there. You can just search for Drew Cav once again. You don't have to type all this stuff out. And on Facebook, Andrew.Kavanagh. So let's see what comments we got here too. John says, got to get back to the chores. Have a great weekend. Yeah, same to you. Lance has just got back from shooting hockey. Must have been a hockey game, maybe. And Levon says, I'll have to watch the replay. Got an important phone call. Thank you all. Good. Thanks for being here. And and one last thing, for the groups. So consider coming, if you haven't already, come join the Photoshop and Lightroom group, facebook.com/groups, the Photoshop and Lightroom group. I think they're at 391,000 members now.
Mm.
And then the AI art and digital art group, I might have to cheat and see what they are now. So is it 60? I thought it was 65,000. It's 68.5 thousand. So that's pretty good. So consider joining that. All things AI art and digital art. So, but yeah, lots of great things. But yeah, I was saying earlier to Amybeth that there was Blue Sky, and then Blue Sky, I think it's going to have an app called Flashes coming out. That's going to be like Instagram, which is more kind of, visually focused and maybe video. So that'll be interesting. Plenty of social networks to join. So thanks everybody for being here. Thank you so much, Amybeth. And
my pleasure. Anytime, Andrew.
We'll come up with different topics and themes for more live streams. It's just the beginning, just the end of January. So got a whole year ahead of us for some creative live streams.
Sounds like
thanks, everybody. Keep your eye on my YouTube and the groups for the link to the recording. Thanks, everyone.
Night, everybody.